Hello class. In the last lesson on phonetics, we had come to know what phonetics is and that phonetics is a part of linguistics. Linguistics is the uh, systematic study of languages and phonetics is a part of linguistics, is a branch of linguistics and it deals with the production, the transmission and the reception of speech sounds. Basically, phonetics studies speech sounds. Now, uh, in the last class, we had been talking about the organs of speech. We had come to know that there are various organs of speech: the lips, the teeth, the alveolar ridge, the hard palate, the soft palate, the tongue, the uvula, the pharynx, the larynx, the glottis, the vocal cords or vocal folds. So, these are the various organs of speech. Now, for further understanding, we shall categorize these organs of speech into three broad groups. What are those three broad groups? The respiratory system, the phonatory system, the articulatory system. The phonatory system consists of the lungs, the muscles of the chest, the windpipe. The phonatory system consists of the larynx and the vocal cords, and the articulatory system consists of the nose, the teeth, the tongue, the roof of the mouth, lips. So, as I told you, that the organs of speech can be broadly categorized into these three systems: the respiratory system, the phonatory system, and articulatory system. We had learned about all these various organs of speech in the last class. So now we come to know that these organs of speech can be further classified into three systems: the respiratory system, the phonatory system, and the articulatory system. While the lungs and the muscles of the chest and the windpipe are uh, fall under the respiratory system, the larynx and the vocal cords make the phonatory system, and the articulatory system consists of the nose, the teeth, the tongue, and the roof of the mouth and the lips. So, and now, today, in order to understand how sound is produced, we will next have to learn about the airstream mechanism. Now, the airstream mechanism is very, very important for the production of sound. Sound cannot be produced if there is no air source or if there is no air stream. Without air, no sound can be produced by human beings. So, uh, in order to produce sound, therefore, we understand that an air stream or an air source is extremely necessary. Without it, no sound can be produced. So, for the production of speech sounds, we need an air stream. In other words, the air which flows out of our mouth is modified into speech sounds by the various actions of the organs of speech. Understand this clearly. The air that comes out of the lungs passes through the throat and then comes into our mouth is modified by the various organs of speech about which we had learned yesterday. We had learned about the glottis, we had learned about the pharynx, we had learned about the tongue, the uvula, the teeth, the alveolar ridge, the soft palate, the hard palate. These are the organs of speech which basically modify the air that is coming out of the lungs, passing through the throat, and then entering into our mouth. If this is not modified by the organs of speech, then no sound will be produced. It will just be an exhalation of air. Air stream has to be modified by the various organs of speech in order to produce speech sounds. Without this modification, speech sound cannot be produced. So, what do we understand? We learn that the air which comes out of the lungs passes through the throat and then enters into our mouth has to be modified by the various organs of speech like the tongue, the teeth, the uvula, the hard palate, the soft palate. These basically modify that sound, the airstream, and produce a sound. So what this is how speech is produced. Speech sounds are produced. Now, uh, when any airstream is used to push the air out, it is called the aggressive airstream. But when when air is drawn into the mouth, that is called the ingressive airstream mechanism. So what do we learn? That when the airstream is pushed out of the mouth, when the airstream mechanism is used to push out the air out of the mouth, that is called aggressive airstream mechanism. When we draw in air into our airstream mechanism, that is called ingressive airstream mechanism. Is this clear? Again, I shall repeat for you. When the air is pushed out, it is called aggressive airstream mechanism. When air is drawn inside, it is called ingressive airstream mechanism. So we learn that any speech sound cannot be produced if there is no air source or air stream. When the air stream passes from the lungs, enters into the throat, and then comes into the mouth, it is what modified by the various organs of speech, and hence speech sounds are produced. Now we shall learn that there are three kinds of airstream mechanisms: the pulmonic airstream mechanism, the glottalic airstream mechanism, and the velaric airstream mechanism. The pulmonic airstream mechanism, the glottalic airstream mechanism, and the velaric airstream mechanism. The pulmonic airstream mechanism consists of the lungs and the respiratory muscles. Okay, this is the pulmonic airstream mechanism. It consists of the lungs and the respiratory muscles. The wind from the lungs enters into our windpipe, passes through the larynx, and enters the glottis, as we had learned earlier, that the glottis is the space between the two vocal cords. So the air passes through the glottis into the pharynx and then into the uvula, through the uvula, and finally enters our mouth, and then it is pushed out. The air is pushed out to produce the sound. Most of the speech sounds, known speech sounds, are produced by making use of this pulmonic aggressive airstream mechanism. So most of the speech sounds are produced when the airstream mechanism is aggressive. Therefore, we come to know that the aggressive pulmonic airstream mechanism is used to produce most of the sounds of English and most Indian languages. Then, what is the pulmonic ingressive airstream mechanism? When the air is used to draw inside the mouth, that is called the pulmonic ingressive airstream mechanism. For example, when we are yawning or snoring, that is called ingressive pulmonic airstream mechanism. So this is the pulmonic airstream mechanism, which consists of the lungs and the respiratory muscles, and uh, most of the speech sounds of English and all the speech sounds of English and most of the speech sounds used in the Indian languages use the pulmonic aggressive airstream mechanism to produce speech sounds. The next airstream mechanism that we shall be learning about is the glottalic airstream mechanism. The glottalic airstream mechanism Basically, as I had told you, the glottis is the place that is the space between the two vocal cords. Now, the glottalic airstream mechanism in this, the closed glottis acts as an initiator in this airstream mechanism, and the air in the pharynx is used to basically produce the sound. So because the air in the pharynx is used to produce the speech sounds, many linguists call it the pharyngeal uh, airstream mechanism. Here, the closed glottis acts as an initiator, and the air in the pharynx is used to produce the speech sound. Uh, Glottalic aggressive airstream mechanism, again, airstream is used to push the air out, and in the glottalic ingressive airstream mechanism, airstream is used to draw the air in. And such sounds wherein the air is drawn in using the glottalic airstream mechanism, such speech sounds are called implosives. Some sounds in Sindhi make use of the glottalic ingressive airstream mechanism. The closed glottis is the initiator, and the air in the pharynx is used to produce the sounds. And therefore, since the pharynx is used, which is why it is also called the pharyngeal airstream mechanism. The next airstream mechanism is the velaric airstream mechanism. Here, the initiator is the back of the tongue. Uh, the back of the tongue is also called the velar. Uh, Here, the air in the mouth is set in motion during using the airstream mechanism. The air in the mouth is set into motion, and sounds produced with the velaric ingressive air stream mechanism uh, basically are used in several African languages like Zulu, but no language use the velaric aggressive airstream mechanism to produce any sound. So in many African languages like the Zulu, what happens? The velaric airstream mechanism, velar means the back of the tongue, is used to produce sounds in languages like Zulu, whereas the velaric aggressive airstream mechanism is not used by any of the known languages to produce sounds. So this is about the three airstream mechanisms that we learned. The pulmonic airstream mechanism, which uses the lungs and the respiratory muscles. The glottalic airstream mechanism, which uses the closed glottis and the air in the pharynx. And the velaric airstream mechanism, where the initiator is the back of the tongue. So these are the three airstream mechanism. Each mechanism has an ingressive and an aggressive airstream mechanism. The aggressive airstream mechanism means pushing the air out of the mouth, while ingressive airstream mechanism means drawing the air in. So each of these three airstream mechanisms has an ingressive type and an aggressive type. So this is so much for the airstream mechanisms. We shall be learning about the various other topics of phonetics in the next class.